1650 PWAM. That's 1650 Pro Wrestling and more. This is Monday Night PWAM, and once again, man, I cannot say that I blame the guy tonight. Because once again, I think AC fell asleep on us. But we're going to talk a little bit about Monday Night Raw tonight. I did not watch. Can't tell you a thing that happened on it. I'm just going off this written report here. And just based off what I'm reading and what I've been seeing online, this show is just absolute shit. Once again. So, I don't know. I really don't know. I really don't know what to make of this. They did this thing tonight where if he loses the title, if Brock loses the title, then he's leaving WWE, and man, that tells you right there who's going to win. That tells you right there, unless this really is his swan song. Which I think they're just as... It's not really hurting them, and it's not really helping him being there. It just isn't. We did have a couple subscribers here to tell you about, the new subscribers. Every time you hit that like button, or more importantly, every time you hit that subscribe button, we give you a shout out here on the show, at least when you subscribe to us. First subscriber that we have here is Thomas Jew has just subscribed here. Spelled J-O-O. Jew? Joe? Don't know. But welcome, Thomas. Welcome to the 1650 family. And then the Skull Clown has also subscribed to us. So thank you there, Skull Clown, for joining us. Why is Vince worried that you subscribed? Well, it's because you'd rather be watching us than listening to, or than watching his show. I do want to tell you guys here that I had a couple of questions regarding donations. People asked if we were going to be taking donations. People asked if we were going to be asked if we were able to take donations. And I can tell you I was kind of hesitant to set this up because I don't really like asking people for money. However, I will tell you that we are taking... we are going to start taking donations, and here's how we're going to go about doing it. You can do it one of two ways. One is that you can do it via credit card. Excuse me. You can do that via credit card. There's a link down in the description of this video to donate via credit card, or you can donate via PayPal. If you don't try, if you're a PayPal user and you want to donate that way, go ahead and do so. We'll never put our we don't put our content behind a paywall because we're not going to charge you $2, $3 on Patreon to see what we think of wrestling. It's just not going to happen. At least, I don't want it to happen at least. But we have had people asking us about donations, so we said, hey, if you want to donate, go ahead. Other stuff is in the works as to ways you could support us. We just got to get all that stuff ironed out. But let's talk about this Raw here from what I'm reading. Again, did not watch the show. Week 2, did not watch the show. So I will tell you that from what I read here, it looks like it's the same shit over and over and over. You get the Hardy Boys versus Gallows and Anderson, and then they get the Revival out there. We get a Twist of Fate off the stage, and and then you get a promo backstage with Renee Young and Dean Ambrose, and it's just so boring. I was really hoping AC was coming on. I wanted to talk to him about the UFC fights this past weekend, because I did watch the Cormier-Jones fight. Was looking forward to talking to him about that. But I guess AC fell asleep again during Raw. He fell asleep again. This may be a short show, short edition of PWAM. But I can tell you that I'm sitting here and I went to, just right off the bat, I want to thank everybody down in Gibsonville, North Carolina. I went to CWF this past weekend. The CWF Mid-Atlantic After Show gaining more and more steam there in person. Had a lot of people, was introduced to a lot of people. Had a lot of people coming up saying, hey, thank you, great work. And I want to thank you guys. I want to thank Bruce Mitchell again for coming on the show last week. I can't wait to have my partner Jeff Edwards back again this week, and my co-host, my regular co-host Jeff Edwards. I can't wait for him to be back this week talking about the Weaver Cup carrying on. So yeah, there you have it. I gotta tell you guys, I have not been watching a whole lot of wrestling, period, except for CWF for the last week or two now, because nothing else out there. The G1, it's so hard to stay caught up. It's so hard to sit there and watch those shows over back to back. It really is. But it is easier. It makes it easier not having to watch WWE every week. It has made it easier to go back and watch some of the CWF stuff. So I have been enjoying that. Been watching a lot of watching a lot of good moments in radio history. We're gonna have that series coming up here for you here probably tomorrow. I'll upload another one. Gonna go into some O&A on that episode. But Raw tonight, overall, what I'm reading, it's dog shit every single week. I feel so bad for Cedric Alexander. The fans in Orlando screwed this guy. And yes, he's getting paid a hell of a lot of money, and he's providing for his family, and that's all well and good, but man, is he getting booked like dog shit. So then we have The Miz and the Jason Jordan's on Miz TV, and how did we know this was going to happen? Are they really going to put Jason Jordan versus The Miz at SummerSlam? By the way, if you'd like to call in and tell us what you thought of Monday Night Raw, feel free to do so. 434-710-4900, 434-710-4900. Then you had Sheamus versus Seth Rollins, and Sheamus gets the win. It just, oh man. I don't get what they're doing with these guys. I really don't get it. I'm so glad I didn't watch this tonight. Then you have Bray Wyatt in, and Finn hits the ropes and gives him a baseball slide, and then Bray into the crowd, and Finn stays the old stare down bit. It's the same Bray Wyatt promos we get week after week after week. This really may be a short show, because I've had a headache all day, and just reading these results make it worse. Roman Reigns, Braun Strowman, Samoa Joe go at it. What do I take away for this? Joe is in the corner. Reigns hits the spear. What does this tell me? This tells me they got set it from the moment they made this match that Joe is there just to take the pinfall or the submission in this match. Unless they do like the brilliant thing of making it elimination style, then I don't know what you do after that. Elias versus Kalisto. Elias Sampson wins. Big freaking deal. Nia Jackson Bayley. Bayley wins by a count out. And then Nia runs into after the match. Nia Jax the heel. Isn't this the way it's not supposed to be booked this way? Aren't you supposed to have the heels running cowardly from the baby faces? Not the other way around? So then you got the Big Show versus Big Cass, and I don't know, man. I don't get this feud. Why are you going to have these two main event? I don't get it. Of all the things to main event Raw, this. And I'm reading here what happened, and Cass drops Enzo. Enzo runs right into the big boot. Or Enzo hops on his back. Cass drops him. Enzo runs into a big boot from Big Show. That's enough for a DQ. I don't get this. I don't get what their booking is. I really don't. Then after the match, Cass gets KO'd punch. Show goes down with Big Show. He slowly rises and his music plays to end the show. This is horrible. And I hope the ratings sink yet again. Let's check out this YouTube thing here. I want to check out something. Because they're alienating their West Coast audience, WWE does week after week, by posting their shit immediately on YouTube. Let's go to their video section here. So 2 hours ago, at around 9:30, they posted the opening segment of Raw. It already has 69,320 views. And the West Coast hasn't even seen, they're just now starting Monday Night Raw. They probably just wrapped up that segment. Maybe this is why the ratings sink week after week after week, is because these West Coast audience people who have to wait until 11 o'clock Eastern to watch Raw are tuning on to YouTube because they know they can essentially watch the show, the important segments anyway, on WWE's YouTube channel. So they go there first and then they don't even bother to tune in. 69,320 people have already seen that segment on YouTube. And I guarantee you, if you were to look at the analytics of it, of where they're at in America while they're watching, it's West Coast viewers. It's deplorable. The Miz TV segment with Jason Jordan already has 5,000 people, and they just posted that 17 minutes ago. Tell you what I had to do. I had to go the Jeff Edwards route and make myself a cup of coffee today to stay awake long enough to review this show. I don't see how people I don't see how people still watch this shit week after week and support this company week after week. It's fucking horrible. It's absolutely horrible. Don't give these people merchandise money. Don't buy tickets to their shows. Don't watch Monday Night Raw. I'm not even clicking on their YouTube thing because I know that generates revenue for them. Said it time and time again. Quit watching. It's the only way they're going to get the message. And who knows if they'll even get the message then. Who knows if they'll even get the message then. Four 710-4900 is how you can get in touch with us tonight. AC bailed on me again. He fell asleep watching this horrible show, and who could blame him? Who can blame him after what I just read? I want to go to bed now. This guy on Twitter goes, remember when the main event of Raw was a cliffhanger? Now you'd rather jump off a cliff rather than watch it. The problem is, this is the guy who goes on there every single week and reviews Monday Night Raw. He makes YouTube money reviewing Monday Night Raw, bashing Monday Night Raw. Here's what I say. Stop watching altogether if you hate the shit. This may be the shortest episode of Monday Night PWAM ever, because I honestly, man, I'm reading about this show just made my headache worse. I woke up with a headache this morning. I never thought it was possible to wake up with a headache, but yeah, you can. Stayed in bed pretty much all day today, just sleeping, dreading having to sit there and cover Raw. I can't wait for Wednesday, I'll tell you that much. I'm probably going to go ahead and get out of here. I'm sorry this is only a 15-minute show. If AC was here, we'd have more to talk about. If Edwards is here, we'd have more to talk about, I'm sure. But sorry, this is only a 15-minute show. But I will say we'll try to be back here next week for you. I have nothing to talk about. Raw sucked. Again. It's just, reading it is horrible. It makes me want to gouge my eyes out and never go back. Let's do an update on how many views this thing has. So the Kurt Angle thing has now 71,000 views since I last spoke about it. More people. It's going to hit 1 million views by the time the morning time comes. And I'm deploring you people. Hashtag cancel Raw USA is what we need to do. Hashtag cancel Raw. Why? Because it's the only way that Vince is going to get the big picture. Or maybe he won't. Maybe if they cancel him because of the way the product is, he'll just find another network stupid enough to give them money to where they'll just do the same stuff there. Maybe they could get on Pop TV. You know, who knows? Anyway. I gotta say there's a... looking at IGN here, and they're reviewing graphics cards and everything. I remember when IGN used to be something more than just fucking reviews. Or more than... I remember when they used to be just video games, I should say. Now going to IGN is like going to MTV. Everything but video games. Who cares about Rick and fucking Morty? Ugh. Everywhere I look, Rick and Morty, Rick and Morty. I tell you, the Justice League reshoots have me concerned. There's this big thing around Comic-Con about how they were doing the Justice League reshoots. And Henry Cavill had a mustache because he's doing another part in a movie and he's forbidden from shaving his mustache due to this other movie that he's doing. So they're having to reshoot parts of Justice League with him having this mustache, and they're having to go back and digitally remove the mustache on Justice League. You know what that's going to cause people to do? Not give a damn about your Justice League movie because we're going to try to figure out what moves or what scenes have a digitally removed mustache. Oh no, Superman got his mustache cut off. Oh, jeez. I'm going to go ahead and play a prank call for you from the Howard Stern Show. This is having to do with something about wrestling. We'll play this for you. This is Howard Stern and his two writers calling into a wrestling show. It's pretty damn funny. Where's it at? Where's it at? There it is.
This bit that Sal and Richard put together, I thought was pretty good. They called a wrestling show. I didn't even know all these shows exist on the internet.
Yeah, you said this is an internet show.
Yeah, internet radio.
The only thing that really saved WrestleMania from being a total disaster was The Undertaker and Shawn Michaels. You got to be serious, you know. Let's be a little more serious about this matter. WrestleMania looked about as disappointing in all possible ways as much as Starrcade 97 looked very disappointing. Got two callers. Both of them are in the 646. How you doing?
Hello. Hey, can you hear me?
Doing?
Yeah, am I on? Am I on?
Yes, you're on.
Oh,
yeah.
Hey, how you guys doing today?
Good. How are you? Doing good over here.
Talk about WrestleMania. I really miss the good old days, you know, when it's like Adrian Adonis. I miss Lou Albano and Andre the Giant and Bob Backlund and Blue Meanie and, you know, Berserker.
Lou was
So really big.
Bam Bam Bigelow and Junkyard Dog, and I miss Conquistador, and I miss Spike Dudley. And I miss Dory Funk and Flash Funk and Haas Funk and Terry Funk.
Okay, I know. Okay, I know how much you miss there. I just muted you here, and you're telling me what you miss and everything. What was your? As I bring you back on the air, I got to ask you, what's your general feeling on WrestleMania? Because that's what this is about.
It was about the wrestling back then when it was Hillbilly Jim and Kabuki and Jerry the King Lawler and when it was Mantar and Manu.
Oh my.
Okay, I do apologize there. He's just going off names there, and I wasn't going to take that much longer. But this guy brought up Hillbilly Jim.
Hello.
Caller, you're on the air.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys are talking about Hillbilly Jim?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was one of my favorite wrestlers. I remember one time I was in Mobile, Alabama, and I saw Hillbilly Jim wrestle that night. And the great thing about him is that he was a man of the people. We went to a bar afterwards, and he was drinking beer with us, and we went into the bathroom, and I sucked his cock. It was huge. The guy was just a real good sport at all that shit. I loved him. Big Becker too, man. He faked me like a wild animal.
Okay, good enough for you. Good enough for you. If you're gonna call up and do crank calls, you don't need to be here. This is about WrestleMania. This is not about the things you want to do, buddy. Caller 646. I'm gonna let you back on, but you don't need to be strolling with names.
I forgot to mention Lanny Poffo, Leaping Lanny Poffo, and one man.
Oh, man.
Okay, good enough for me. You're going to stay on mute for the rest of the show. Honestly, if I have to, just take this number, and present it to one of the officials, then that's what I'm going to do. Okay, you're on the air. You're on the air. Is this Sammy Wrestler?
It's me, man. Thanks for picking up the call. I'm sorry about all those idiotic, stupid calls before, man. Excuse me. Back in '79, I gave Chief J Strongbow a hand job while Raul McDaniels was sucking my cock.
Whatever you say, buddy. That's the last call too. As a matter of fact, I'm going to let it be known that you're under the name Sammy Wrestler, and I'm going to just basically ask that you be taken care of. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go one step better, and I'm just going to throw the ban on you. You are actually, I'm banning you for a month until you decide to show a better attitude. And most of all, I'm hanging up on you, too. Now, you don't get to be here for any of my shows, buddy.
That's just rude.
Plain rude.
Right.
I'm banning you till you show a better attitude.
There's no better attitude coming out of those two. Anyway, I thought that was kind of fun, the wrestling show.
So there you have it, Sal and I'm sorry, that one gets me every time. Sal and Richard call a wrestling show. It's probably a blog talk show by the sound of it there. I'll tell you what, man, I'm kind of disappointed AC didn't show up. I really was looking forward to talking a little UFC with him tonight. Especially since I took the time to download the fight. But anyway. Hey, I'm not going to give them $60 of my money. Sorry, it's just not going to work. $60 to $100, whatever they're charging for this thing. It's not going to happen. Oh, man. So, Raw will try to keep soldiering on, I guess. And I'm not... I don't know. What do you guys think? For the sake of this show, should I start watching it again? Or should we? I don't know. I really don't know. I had so much that I wanted to talk about with that UFC fight. Cormier crying like a little bitch at the end of it. Like his whole world just crumbled around him. Dude, you're getting paid millions whether you win, or hundreds of thousands whether you win or lose. Fuck, you want to pay me that much for John Jones to come up and knock me out and for you to have a belt? Go ahead, pay me, buddy. Pay me. I know, it's not the point, Joe. It's not the point. They take this seriously. It's not the point. I get it. I get it. Half those people on that damn card are probably set for life after the money they made. Especially Daniel Cormier. Jeez. Rumor is Brock Lesnar may be going back over there. I wanted to talk with AC about that tonight. He didn't show. He fell asleep again because of Raw being so horrible. So we're going to go ahead and end things there tonight, folks. You got a prank call out of me at least for the 30 minutes that we were on the air, 25 minutes or whatever. Let's end it with another one here. This is one of my favorite ones. After Pokemon Go came out, this is, well, have a listen. This is about a year ago after Pokemon Go first hit. Here we go.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, who's this?
My name's Rusty. I'm playing Pokemon Go in your neighborhood right now. Have you heard of that?
Yeah.
Well, listen to this.
Squirtle, Squirtle, Squirtle.
Did you hear that? Squirtle is actually in your living room, and I just want to make sure you don't mind if I come in your house and grab him.
Yeah, I do. Yes, I do mind.
I don't know if you realize, though, Squirtle's one of the cutest and most important characters that I could grab.
I don't care.
Holy moly, do you hear that? Jigglypuff is out in your garage. Do you mind if I go back there?
I'd probably shoot you if you went in that garage.
Yeah, but I need to grab Jigglypuff. Is it unlocked?
No, it's not.
Do you know how important of a character that is
Yes.
in Pokemon
Yes.
Go?
Yes. Lose my fucking number, okay?
Well, I'm not being difficult here. I just want to go in your garage and grab Jigglypuff.
Yes, you are. You're not accepting no. You've asked me numerous times. I said no in every way I know how, and you're not accepting it. Now you're breaking my ball. So now if you step on the property, I'll have you arrested. And if you open the garage, I'll shoot you.
Wow, did you hear that? Charizard just showed up in your backyard. Now, you don't mind if I go back there and just grab him, do you?
Do you understand, Rusty? I will have you arrested.
Well, you're not going to do anything with him. Why can't I go in and grab him?
Rusty, I'll have the police waiting for you in about 30 seconds, okay?
Pikachu.
Oh, my goodness. Did you hear that? Pikachu's in your front yard now. Can I just go and grab him?
Leave me alone. Stay off my property. I'll have you arrested. Please don't be Rusty.
I think we got disconnected.
No, I hung up on you. You don't even take that for an answer?
Well, I would, but listen to this. Clefairy's in your dining room. You mind if I head on in there?
Rusty, fuck you.
Rusty.
Wow.
I know Rusty. He's very annoying.
Old Rusty. Oh man, what a crazy ass call. I love that. That's one of my favorite ones that they've done on the Howard Stern show. We're going to have more of the Howard Stern up on the channel as far as our Great Moments in Radio History series. Tomorrow, though, it's Opie and Anthony. They've since broken up. Both of them are now fired from Sirius XM. But we're going to have one of their classic bits going up on the channel tomorrow as we continue our Classic Moments in Radio History series, I guess you would say. And until then, thank you guys so much for watching this. I'm Joe White, and we'll see you Wednesday night for the official, unofficial CWF Mid-Atlantic After Show.